You already know what it is. I have a powerful, powerful member from the Arm and Rod Squad here, all the way from B-Mall, is here in the House of Consciousness with Brother Sarnetta, and she is the only member, I think, that is qualified to have that PhD on her record, that doctor's degree. She goes by the name of Dr. Maat, a real, true doctor in the building. What brings you here today? What's so important with this trip? I know you see a lot of stuff that's out there. You want to come here to clean up a lot of information, a lot of pseudo stuff that's going on. Talk to me about why is this important in the lecture that you are about to do?
We have to get better with, you know, discerning who's a teacher and who's not. A lot of brothers and sisters, brothers, I feel like because we've been so, I guess, mentally shackled, that we just believe anything that makes us feel good. And for example, let me give you an example. When Brother Tahuti, and that's my brother, that's now incarcerated, big Natural Tahuti, big ups to Natural Tahuti. When he came out with the well, it wasn't just him, because Brother Uncle Cat was talking about the black woman being God, so that wasn't anything new. But I feel like Brother Natural Tahuti kind of made it popular. He popularized it, and
the reason why the woman is held above the man. Go ahead. Not because of any philosophy that she's greater than man. No. The feminine principle must be held above the man. The reason why the female is held up here, because if the female is not up here, man has no checks and balances. The woman is the law. The feminine principle is the law of spirituality. Spirituality is feminine. And if man, because see man, and this is the mistake he made, because of his testosterone. See, the reason he took over is one reason only. Is because he told the woman, see, I'm gonna be the ruler. You know why? Because I can kick your ass.
A lot of sisters jumped on it, and they now the black woman is God. And then you have a lot of sisters now that are saying, and the man came from us, he's inferior to us, and the Y chromosome is nothing but a broken X, and they believe in parthenogenesis. So now you got sisters that are saying we don't need a man, you know. So he kind of was like the catalyst to the whole black woman is God movement. And then now, because it made a lot of sisters feel good, we took it and ran with it.
See, I can kick your ass, that's why I'm going to be the boss. But when you put the feminine principle, the principles of compassion, the principles of nurturing, the principles of unconditional love.
Now the man is inferior to us, we don't need him, we believe in parthenogenesis. No, sis, no. That's not accurate. That's not mayat. That's not balanced. Because if you understood science and you understood the natural world that you live in, then you would understand that everything has an equal and opposite force. So for every force, there's an equal and opposite force. So everything is created in opposites. There's no left without a right. There's no up without down. There's no summer without winter, or fall without spring, or male without female. So everything was created in pairs.
These are feminine principles. They must be placed above the man, because if not, see, man has this little ego problem. He wants to begin to lord over everything. He wants to run shit.
What's going on in psychology of the black woman that gets upset when you say the black woman is God? Because something must be going on in her mind for her to for that to throw her off.
Well, I'll tell you this. Like I told you with Jewish media, the Jews control so much of the media that they portray everyone else as a criminal.
So when you got a Jesus goddamn freak in your household, running your household, yeah, your goddamn children gonna be faggots. But when you got the black woman as God philosophy running your household, your children can't be nothing but black power all day long. You understand what I'm saying to you? When you got a woman that ain't got no knowledge of herself, yeah, your son gonna be a faggot.
In recent years, the idea that the black woman is God
has gained tremendous momentum in the community due to its propagation by prominent figures within who claim a motive to elevate the black woman. However, much of this neo-ideology is predicated on myths, debunked theories, and pseudoscience. The Black Woman is God movement is enhancing the pre-existing condition of division among black men and women. That's right. The objective of this presentation is to expose and repudiate the erroneous teachings used to support why the black woman is God, and to elucidate the true nature of the black woman, that which is always complimented by the black man. You can't be a God without, you can't be a goddess without a God. Okay? So I'm talking about balance right now. So this is going to be a discussion on balance in my yacht.
I can turn a woman to a god by having her access a certain level of potential, perpetually just through what I do with them sexually. That's a whole different conversation. Now, I don't want to say you have to be dick down to become a goddess, but I'm saying it plays a significant role too. Now, I'm not saying I'm trying to dick her down. I'm just saying 18 years of that dick appropriation, and it'd be a matter of time before you come into your being. Every man can't do it, but I certainly must be one of them. And, you know what I'm saying? You're selling a product, and that's where the confusion comes in. When it comes to people like you, I believe that you're selling confidence, right? And that's your product, selling confidence.
We charge it all. You did what I said. To the bitch. Yeah, pimping. That's all I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? You know, pimp ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, starve for nothing, you dig what I'm saying? You know, he gonna get it, you know what I'm saying? You know, them hoes gonna make sure a pimp, you know what I'm saying, live the way they supposed to live.
I cure cancer. If I cured you of cancer, stand up in the room. If I cured you of sickle cell, anemia, stand up in the room.
I want to be sexy. I want to show my titties. I want to show my curves. I want to show my ass. I'm grateful for it. I think it's beautiful. Why do I have to cover it for you to hear me? Just hear me.
She's not God based on every action she's doing. She's God based on her potential abilities. That's all I'm saying. She has the power to literally change the direction of our movement.
She has the power to designate if we're gonna be gangsters, if we're gonna be criminals, if we're gonna be mathematicians, if we're gonna be scientists.
She can choose. Look at today.
But yeah, I've never slept with anyone to get to any opportunity that has been brought my way. I've actually used my intelligence. And to hear that from a woman like me, that you wanna fuck, makes you feel good. So you understand.
That felt good.
You understand. You understand because
I have been in my first relationship for 18 years with a black woman. I don't believe Dr. Maat has 18 years under her belt with any man. This is not a shot I'm throwing at her at all. In my world, my wife saved my life.
you're gonna look at my titties and you're gonna look at my ass, and your dick might be hard a little bit while I tell you, but you're gonna feel
hard, right?
No, but you're gonna
Superstar. That's my world.
I would be the first to say I want to see your titties, and I also want to see your ass.
Thank you.
Well, I respect your ambition, Willie, but you got to have vision.
I mean, the basis of the black woman is God, I agree with, especially when it comes to, well, first of all, when it comes to everything, we are God, on a smaller scale, but we are God, we are a reflection.
Now, I run every kind of bitch, every kind of place, and I know one thing. When it comes down on you, you either collectivize or you run like a solitary rat.
Guess you don't believe my church. The Church of Divine Economic Spirituality.
Yeah, that's right. I don't believe in it.
Then you don't believe in God.
Not your God.
My God's doing all right by me. Why don't you climb on board and believe in me? And for a small fee, I'll set you free. Near thy God to thee.
Praise you, honey. Praise you.
Because it's better to have money and not to need it than to need it and not to have it.
Brother,
And there's a good place in this world for money. Yes, sir. And I know where it is. It's right here in my pocket. Hey, give me some.
You talking just like a pimp.
now wait a minute.
Answer him, Lord.
I'm knee deep in pussy. I'm overwhelmed by the amount of pussy thrown at me day to day. I'm good. Trust me when I say that. I'm good. You know, these brothers got a chance to be around me under different terms and circumstances. He'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? There's no pussy shortage going on in my life where I'm feeling like, yo, I gotta try to hit it with the black woman is God and all the I don't have to do that. What I'm saying is, and I mean, I also got Delicious saying black woman is God. Black China, black woman is God. Right? And rather than people say, man, you doing the impossible, dog. The impossible. These are women that got millions of followers. Never mind that. You have no right to tell the teacher what his dream should really be. I was abused by poverty. I was denied access to childhood. So just like them women who might be stripping or doing whatever they do because of whatever took place in their life, I understand because I've been denied certain shit in my life. But there's actually a poverty gene. Okay, there's also a leadership gene.
Wow, that's powerful.
You see what I'm saying? So leaders are not merely taught. They are born or upon stimulus, they respond to the gene. Okay? Upon stimulus.
I don't get mad. You know why? Because he's a revolutionary.
Yeah, that's right.
He must be leading a bunch of fools. Disrespect women he don't even know. Wilson's sister's some of the finest women you ever want to meet. He don't know nothing about them.
You know what I'm saying? Well, hold you, know what I'm saying? I'm the circle, bitch, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell you how the world go, you know what I'm saying? You know, some look at it to be square, some look at it to be circle, you know what I'm saying? But I just look at it to be, you know, profitable.
Send me a woman who's wearing the afro who got 3 million followers, and let's have a conversation with her. But I don't even think we should fish for her. She should be walking towards us. She has the power to literally change the direction of our movement.
What the fuck does that make her? You know what I'm saying?
She has the power to designate if we're going to be gangsters, if we're going to be criminals, if we're going to be mathematicians, if we're going to be scientists. She can choose. Look at today. You think that these men want to be gangster because they just choose to be criminals? No. They want to be gangster because they believe that these women highly revere a gangster.
What the fuck does that make her?
When these women turn around and say, I want the conscious black man. During the 60s movement, during the 70s, it was in to be a revolutionary. The black women were down with the revolutionary movement. So the men became revolutionaries. So that's a very powerful tool that's been used against us divisively as a people. But if we really take our time out to watch this whole thing play out, we will be able to confess this black woman is God. Because when she changes her mentality, so shall the change be evident in our community.
What the fuck does that make her?
I need for you to scientifically prove that the female egg is dead and there's no life. That's one. Two, you said that the life comes from you. Now, if you study science, you'll find out that there's something called the Bartholin gland that the female has. And this gland, it makes her possible to secrete semen. Yeah. This means that she can create life without you. So if this is the case,
I want to know when it's been done.
He also said that the Bartholin gland, and I know a lot of you keep hearing the brothers say the Bartholin gland produces sperm, right? I mean, the brother saying that the Bartholin gland in the female produces sperm. It doesn't. But anyway, he said that the Bartholin gland is capable of producing seminal fluid. And he said women are capable of parthenogenesis. And we know that parthenogenesis is when the egg can develop into an embryo without fertilization. So brothers and sisters, I'm here today to tell you that all of these things are false. This is what we call pseudoscience.
She also added that the woman has a
Bartholin gland.
A Bartholin gland that allows her to secrete semen, which in turn will enable her to produce a child without the aid of a man.
The Black Book claims that the female existed before the male, and his proof was the age of mitochondrial DNA. He also said that females must have existed before males because the X chromosome is 5 times larger than the Y chromosome. He also stated in his Black Book that men are a genetic defect of women. And his proof was that the Y chromosome is a defective X. And a matter of fact, on one of his pages, he said that the mother, the goddess Nunette, sliced off 2.8% of the X chromosome in order to form the Y. So a lot of sisters are now saying that the Y is a broken X. And then he also stated that women can produce babies without men.
You should keep your mouth shut. I should not be addressing another man's woman, because what may happen, she might get mad at me. I might get mad at her. So that I might raise my voice at her like she might at me. I'm not being a brother to you by doing that, so that I don't run the risk of disrespecting her and not being a brother to somebody that might be a brother. She shouldn't ask me that question.
Here we go. So you're looking at a cell structure, okay? Within the cell structure, you have a nucleus. Within the nucleus, you have chromosomes. If you are a male, you have XY chromosomes. If you're a female, you have XX chromosomes, right? Within the nucleus. Outside of the nucleus, you have thousands of mitochondria. And within the mitochondria, you have what's called mitochondrial DNA. So the function of the purpose of mitochondrial DNA is to convert carbohydrates and fatty acids into energy that your cell can use, okay, that your body can utilize. Now people inherit mitochondrial DNA from your mother. It's passed from mother to daughter and to mother to son, but only daughters, only females can carry mitochondrial DNA, all right? And it said that according to science, the most recent woman from whom all living humans today descend existed 2,000 years ago. And all of this was based on tracing the age and the mutations of the mitochondrial DNA. So based on this, Malachi Z. York's claim that females were here before men. Well, I like to establish this, family, that mitochondrial DNA is not a female invention. In fact, mitochondrial precedes the female-male species. So before there was even a female-male species, there was mitochondria, okay? So I don't know if y'all understand that, because I should have heard a clap just now when I said that. I want to establish with you that mitochondrial DNA, that is not a female invention, okay? That mitochondrial precedes the female-male species. So you cannot make the premise that women were here first or men were here based on the age of mitochondrial DNA, because as we can see, mitochondrial DNA precedes male and females.
Hulu was a title that was given to either an elder or an ancestor. So you're going around telling all these black women that they're God, they're God, they're God, but then you look at their behavior. How are they manifesting their godliness? You can't tell me that a woman is just God based on or predicating that on the fact that she gives birth, Brother Kalam. You can't tell me that the black woman is God because she gives birth. When you hear the brothers talk about the black woman being God, they hone in on birth, birth, birth. They talk about the gestation period, birth, birth, birth. But let me tell you something. We're not the only species that gives birth. So we can call them Kulu, we can call them God, but we going around calling everybody gods. Just like you got people in the community calling themselves doctors. Everybody's a doctor. No, you have to earn these things. People don't want to put in the work to learn, to earn these things. You have to earn these titles, or else you're given titles without merit.
Jeez. Wow, 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 wow. I'm loving Dr. Maat's style.
We gravitate to any type of teaching that makes us feel good. Christianity, it makes people feel good. we gravitate to that. You know, oh, you know, I just put it on the altar. I don't have to worry about, you know, fighting or doing whatever. I'll just give it to Jesus. That's easy. You know, it makes people feel good. You know, believing in something outside of themselves, it makes them feel good. So I think, Brother Sai, that we have become very, very naive, extremely naive, and we gravitate to things that make us feel good. And in turn, we're actually building, because a lot of people wanted to know, well, Dr. Maat, what are you doing with your PhD? Are you working for the community? What I did with my doctorate, I decided to link up with my family and start a company called Ed Anime Productions. Ed Anime stands for Educational Animation, and we create educational tools for children in the areas of history, mathematics, and science. Our first series is called Meltrek. It's available at edanimeproductions.com.
Hotep, I'm Ramesses. You are in El Kabi land, land of the great melanin people, the origin of human life.
Hotep, El Kabi land, melanin, origin. What does it all mean?
So it's a series that's dedicated to teaching African American children knowledge of self. So what that does, Brother Sai, is creates an inferiority complex in our children. It affects their self-perception. So now you have the black child sitting in the room wondering his place in the world. But no more, Brother Sai, will we allow our children to be indoctrinated with Eurocentric based education. And that's why my family and myself took a stand to produce our own curriculum. It's all about the children. And see, Brother Sai, that's my main objective. My main objective is to assist with dismantling racism, white supremacy by empowering our children and arming our children with true education. And that's why Dr. Maat makes educational products for tools. I believe that the key to revolution is by it starts with the youth.
You really don't understand, do you? Hey, man, don't you realize in order for us to make this thing work, man, we've got to get rid of the pimps and the pushers and the prostitutes and then start all over again clean.
Hey, look, nobody's pushing me anyway, okay? I mean, not you, not the cops, nobody, man. I mean, you want to get rid of the pushers, I'll help you. But don't send your people after me.
Oh, come on, John. Can't you see that we can't get rid of one without getting rid of the other? We got to come down on both of them at the same time in order for this whole thing to work for the people.
Hey, look, nobody's closing me out of my business.
Hey, man, I need my flush of blood. You make me make a decision I don't want to make, John. You're my brother, man. Can't you understand that?
Hey, look, being brothers ain't got nothing to do with it, man. I mean, I got a right to live my life the way I want to live it. I mean, being rich and black means something, man. Don't you know that? Being poor and black don't mean shit. We're living in different times. When you and I were young kids, I mean, there were no heroes. We got all sorts of heroes now. But there are kids out there who look up to me, man.
Man, can't you see that's just teaching black kids to exploit their own kind? And that's sick.
Well, it's not sick, man. It's sick when you get a chance to get out of a rat-infested ghetto and you don't.
Oh, wow, then you really lost your love for the brothers altogether then, haven't you?
I mean, don't be dropping that brotherly love shit on me, man. I mean, for 5 years I sat up in that place and you never visited me one time, man. You didn't bring me a dime, you didn't write me a letter.
Well, that's because I figured you wanted something better than dimes and letters and visits. So I tried to create some kind of organization that you can use to fight the system that's been fucking with you. You too goddamn brainwashed to use it.
I just wanted to see you, man. That's all.